notes. You can practice those notes. It is. Verse 2 is joy to the world, the Savior reigns, and it's wait, Zach might be ready. Yeah, so those are the notes. Yeah, make sense? All right, so
and those are all the same notes for the second verse.
Those are the same notes for the second verse. Yep, just different words. Okay. So Zach is now gonna let you know how it's supposed to sound.
For which one we're doing?
Which one are you on?
Whichever.
Let's do joy to the world.
Joy to the world. Okay.
You might have to just go this way.
No, you can.
Okay.
That's.
I'm just gonna set that there if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
All right. Joy to the world. The Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room, and heaven and nature sing. And heaven and nature sing, and good nature sing, and good nature sing.
Verse 2 is
joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ. While fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy, repeat the sounding joy.
Perfect. So you see how open those ahs are? Very much like that. And now God bless the master.
That's why I'm not master, I'm master.
Master,
right? Yeah. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children that round the table grow. Love and joy come to you, and to your wassail too. And we wish you a happy new year, and we wish you a happy new year.
He knows exactly notes, correct?
Precisely. Good ear.
Well, I don't know if you were just like speaking them.
I'm
just speaking.
Yeah, let's for those. She's gonna be in those two, right?
Yeah, you're not in this one.
That's okay, I'm probably dead or something.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I'm dead.
So I heard the bell. So Mom is going to record this with these notes. Perfect. So this is I heard the bells.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head, there is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Thank you, Zach. So it's here that's a lot of
Master of the house. Here we come a caroling. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. God bless the master of the house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children round the table grow. Love and joy come to you, and to you wassail too, and we wish you a happy new year, and we wish you a happy new year. Okay, I'm not stopping the video. Okay, so next one is I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day. Hold on. Okay, that one. So which one are we doing now?
I heard the
Wait,
bells
can
on
you do it
Christmas.
again for me?
I heard the bell. Hold on. Let me get. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. Hold on.
That's the last one.
Hold on. Okay, ready?
I heard the bells on Christmas Day. 1, 2, ready, go.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair I bowed my head, there is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song for peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Oh, I haven't enough for the big one. I'll take this. It was the most wonderful Christmas window ever.
All the animals around the manger and not in the manger is frightful noises.
And the star the wise men followed, it glowed with its own light.
It must be magic, sure, making the star glow so bright.
I've been going every year since before I was Tim's age, and I've never seen a window like it.
And it's sort of flying white powder over the whole thing.
Look at you, child. You're freezing cold. You kept him out far too long. He's icy clear through. I couldn't take him away from the window, Mother. I long to. Christmas coming only once a year, as it does.
Why would it leave?
Yeah, kept looking at the star and wondering how it glows, though.
Don't be cross with Peter, it's not his doing.
Look here.
It's for the feast.
The feast? Yes. Well, it may seem a little scrawny now, but we'll dress it out with bread and onions and cook it golden brown, and a feast it will become. That I promise. I think he's warm enough. Peter, take him on home.
Can't we wait till Father's done?
Father won't be on for hours yet. You couldn't imagine old miser Scrooge let your father go early. No, they'll keep him working in that cold little room as late as he possibly can. Christmas Eve or not.
Nothing flies faster than when I ride home on Father's shoulders.
You like that, do you?
Father has the strongest shoulders and fastest legs of any man on earth.
Well, come on, Tim. Let's try my back. It's not Father's, but the back sure enough that it's here. We'll wait Jack Frost home for you. Turn your toes red till they drop off your feet, eh? Go!
She never married. She chose instead to right the wrongs which greed and poverty cause. Slow down, Mrs. Fezziwig, slow down. I brought you a special treat for Christmas tonight. Don't show it to the others, I can only afford one. A spice orange! Oh, just smell it. We used to have these by the plateful, do you remember? The spiced oranges and the roasted goose and the potato stuffing and my pies. Oh, do you remember my pies? The best in all London. Still, make do with the gifts you're given. That's what Mr. Fezziwig always said. He was a wise man. It's a pity how you get his head. But I still hear him say, make do with the gifts you're given. It is Christmas after all. God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day. To save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray.
Master Scrooge and Wilkins, front and center on the double time. I'll not have any slack at taking back from this.
When we start our apprenticeship next year, we'll never spend another Christmas alone, or I'll know why, I swear it.
It's the accountant who controls the heartbeat of London today, Master Scrooge.
The family sets their heart so much on it, sir, and it only comes but once a year.
Comfort and joy.
Enough. I have seen enough. Please, Spirit, remove me from this place.
I told you, these are shadows of things that have been. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Oh my God, deliver me.
Slow down. I brought you a special treat for Christmas tonight. Don't show it to the others, I can only afford one.
A spiced orange! Oh, just smell it. Oh, we used to have these by the plentiful. Do you remember? The spiced oranges and the roast goose and the potato stuffing in the pot. Oh, do you remember my pies?
The best in all London.
Still, make do with the gifts you're giving. That's what Fezziwig always said. It's such a pity how he met his end. It's a pity, but I still remember him saying, make do with the gifts you're giving. It is Christmas after all. God rest ye merry gentlemen. Let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
Hey, you owe her! You owe her!
To save us all from Satan's foe when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. From God our heavenly Father, blessed
Master Scrooge and Wilkins, front and center on the double time. I'm not having slaggards hanging back from this.
When we start our apprenticeship next year, you'll never spend another Christmas alone, or I'll know why, I swear it, Ebenezer.
It is the accountant who controls the heartbeat of London today, Master Scrooge.
So much of it, sir, and it only comes but once a year.
comfort and joy, comfort and joy.
Enough! I have seen enough, please, Spirit. Remove me from this place.
I told you, these are shadows of things that have been. They are what they are. Do not blame me.
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
Oh my God! Deliver me!
clever as any gentleman would want. I thought these ribbons were really show for the sixpence last year when they made my old hat into a new one. Now a centerpiece as well. 'Tis too much bounty from a single reel of ribbon, I warrant.
It's wonderful, Mother. I'll save it throughout the new year.
Is this stretch its home spirit?
None other.
These children is?
These and more.
His meager earnings. It's a fool to have that which he cannot provide for.
Peter, watch for your sister. She wasn't as late last Christmas by half an hour.
And Father and Tim should be here soon.
Then I can send you to the baker's for the goose.
Oh, with an ounce with onions and sage and an ounce of good cheer. Wait till you see the goose, Martha. It is the biggest ever.
You take a sip, Coach. Let me catch my breath. I ran all the way from the milliner's shop.
Bless your heart alive, my dear. How late you are.
We had a great deal to finish up last night. I was up much past midnight with my piecework, and Mr. Brumby wouldn't open the gates till all was tidy as a pin this morning.
Mr. Brumby's getting more like old miser Scrooge every year. Next Christmas he'll forget the day altogether, most likely.
Don't say that. I still have 2 years apprenticeship to serve. With the other
Never mind, so long as you're here. Sit by the fire and have a warm drink.
Oh, it's Father and Tim. Are they coming down the path?
Hi, Martha. I look at Papa thinking I'm coming.
Should I?
You too.
Then we can see his face when he finds you with us after all. What were you?
Hide behind the door. Oh, yes, behind the door. Perfect. Yes, over here. No, not the door.
Children on for 15 shillings a week. It's madness.
The pleasure he takes in his family defies price, Mr. Scrooge. Whatever you think.
We are home now!
Thank God, last two. Go off, Peter, and fetch the goose from the baker's, or he'll overdo it. He'll be as dry as on shoe leather if we wait longer.
Merry Christmas, Father.
Is it time for the goose already? Where's our muffin?
Not coming.
Not coming.
Mr. Brumby has all his charges working at his factory through the night and day as well. We'll be lucky to see her by year's end the way the sewing is stacked up.
Not coming on Christmas.
We really do totally. It was my idea.
I've missed Christmas Day with my father. In spite of all the Brumbies and Scrooges in the world.
How's our boy in church this morning?
As good as gold, and better. He thinks of the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he'd hoped people at the church would make notice he was a cripple, because it would be pleasant for them to remember the Christmas that has made lame beggars walk and the blind to see. But every day he gets stronger, Mother, stronger and more full of life.
He does indeed. Of course he does. Stronger and more full of life indeed.
The goose has arrived.
Oh, there was never such a goose.
I dressed it up myself in onions, sage, and breadcrumbs before I sent it to be baked. That does look quite a banquet, if I'm saying so myself.
It's not a banquet. It's a feast. A systematic, a veritable feast.
It's magic just like day.
Come on, Tim, it's for you to say the blessing.
Tell him, Spirit. Will Tim live?
I see an empty seat in the pole chimney corner, and the crotch carefully preserved without a known. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh no, kind Spirit. Say that he will be spared.
If he be likely to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Pudding will warm fire and be the better part of the week.
And if that doesn't, the Christmas punch surely. Now this one is for the toast, and then I will pour another.
Look at us. It's not every family can roast 2 rounds
bite of the finest Christmas punch. Not every family indeed. I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Why does he raise a glass to me?
Yes, the founder of the feast indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
It's Christmas Day, Mother.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, and feeling man as Mr. Scrooge, and nobody knows better than you do.
Mrs. Cratchit, to have our children learn nothing of charity at our dinner table. It is Christmas Day. God's Day. And on God's Day, we must give out all that we expect to get throughout the new year.
I'll drink to his health for your sake, then, and the days, but not for his. A Merry Christmas and an Happy New Year to him, if he can be merry or happy, which I mightily doubt. You'll have to be drinking the old man Brumby next.
Tis the season to be jolly. Look at them, Mr. Scrooge. Not a handsome family by any means. Not well dresses, their shoes far from waterproof, and their clothes far from warm. And when they walk together, which they rarely do, Bob Cratchit occupying all hours at your counting house, and young Martha spending time as a milliner's apprentice. But when they walk down the street together, no one remarks on their brilliance. And when they lift their voices in song, is not the sound of brilliant or handsome voices, and yet, Mr. Scrooge, they do sing. And that is remarkable. They do sing.
Mrs. Cratchit's home spirit?
None other.
These children his?
These and more.
On his meager earnings. He's a fool to have that which he cannot provide for.
Peter, watch for your sister. She wasn't as late last Christmas by half an hour.
Father and Tim should be home soon.
Then I can send you to the baker's for the goose.
Oh, with onions and sage and an ounce of good cheer. Wait till you see the goose, Martha. It is the biggest ever.
Mom, did you take a seat?
Let me catch my breath. I ran all the way from the milliner's shop. That's not hard to lie, my dear. How late you are.
Oh, we had a great deal to finish up last night. I was up much past midnight with my piecework, and Mr. Brumby wouldn't open the gates till almost tidy as a pin this morning.
Mr. Brumby's getting more like old miser Scrooge every year. Next Christmas he'll forget the day altogether, most likely.
Oh, don't say that. I still have 2 years apprenticeship to serve with the old guard.
Never mind so long as you're here. Sit by the fire and have a warm drink.
Oh, it's Father and Tim. Are they coming down the path?
Hi, Mother. And your papa said you're not coming.
Should I?
Yes, yes, yes. Please.
Then we can see his face when he finds you with us after all.
Hide behind the door. Hey, what? Behind the
No,
door.
I'm in the bed.
No, hide behind the door.
All these children are for 15 shillings a week as madness.
The pleasure he takes in his family defies price, Mr. Scrooge. Whatever you think.
We are home now!
At long last, too. Go on, Peter. Fetch the goose from the baker. He'll overdo it. It'll be as dry from shoe leather if we wait longer.
Merry Christmas, Father.
Is it time for the goose already? Where's our Martha?
Not coming.
Not coming.
Mr. Brumby has all his charges working through the night and day as well. We'll be lucky to see her by year's end, the way the sewing is stacked up.
Coming on Christmas?
It was my idea.
I would miss Christmas Day with my father, in spite of all the Brumbies and Scrooges in the world. How was Uncle at church this morning?
As good as gold, and better. He thinks of the strangest things you've ever heard. He told me, coming home, that he had hoped people at the church had taken notice he was a cripple, because it would be pleasant for them to be reminded of a Christmas that has made lame beggars walk and the blind to see. But every day he gets stronger, Mother! Stronger and more full of life.
He does indeed. Oh, of course he does. Stronger and more full of life indeed.
The goose has arrived. It's ready to be eaten.
That was such a good fight. I dressed it up myself, and onions, sage, and breadcrumbs before I sent it to be baked. It does look quite a banquet, if I'm saying so myself.
It's not a banquet. It's a feast! A feast, Mrs. Cratchit.
It's magic, just like the day.
Come on, Tim, it's for you to say the blessing.
Away in a manger.
Tell me, Spirit,
where
Tim live? I see an empty seat in the poor chimney corner, and a crutch without an owner carefully preserved. If these shadows remain unaltered by the future, the child will die.
Oh, no, kind spirit, say he will live.
If he be likely to die, he had better do it and decrease the surplus population.
Asleep on the hay. God bless us, everyone. God bless us, everyone.
That pudding will warm fire in me the better part of the week.
And if that doesn't, the Christmas punch surely will. Now, this one is for the toast, and then I will pour another.
Look at us! It's not every family can boast 2 rounds of the finest Christmas punch. Not every family indeed. I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
Why don't you raise a glass to me?
Out of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
It's Christmas Day, Mother.
It should be Christmas Day, I am sure, on which one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. And nobody knows it better than you do.
Mrs. Cratchit, would you have our children learn nothing of charity at our dinner table? It's Christmas Day. God's Day. And on God's Day, we must give out all that we expect to get throughout the new year.
I'll drink to his health for your sakes, then, and the day's, but not for his. A Merry Christmas and an Happy New Year to him, if he can be merry or happy, which I mightily doubt. You'll have me drinking old man Brumby next.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Tis the season to be jolly.
Look at them, Mr. Scrooge. Not a handsome family by any means. Not well dresses, their shoes far from waterproof, and their clothes far from warm. And when they walk together, which they rarely do with Bob Cratchit occupying all hours at your counting house, and young Martha spending time as a milliner's apprentice, when they walk together, nobody remarks on their brilliance. And when they lift their voices in song, it is not the sound of brilliant or handsome voices. And yet, Mr. Scrooge, they do sing, and that is remarkable. They do sing.
Fast
him and set him in the midst of them and said, unless ye be converted and become the children, you shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoso shall receive one such little child in my name, receiveth me. Shall I go on, Father?
It's the Cratchit household once again.
Yes, go on. It's nothing. Just the small stitching hurts my eyes, but they're better now.
You sure you're all right?
Small stitching by candlelight makes them weak. And it takes all the small stitches I know to get the collar just right. I will not have Tim meeting his maker in anything less than my best, and my best is what he'll get. Anyway, I will not be showing your father weak eyes for the world. Not tonight. He must be near his time.
Past it, rather. He's been walking a little slower than usual these past few evenings.
I have known your father to walk very fast indeed, like the wind with Tiny Tim perched upon his shoulder.
So have I. Often.
So have I.
So have we all. Here's your father now. I will not have your father looking at long faces and sad eyes, so do your best.
I'm a little late, my dear. Please forgive me.
Go off, Belinda, and fetch your father some tea. You wandered off without your comforter, and here the coldest Christmas in near 5 years. I should scold you for your carelessness.
Sit down, Father. Your feet must be frozen through it. Put on your slippers.
You're fussing over me like new mothers. Is this the shirt?
Yes, Father.
Look how it is almost finished. It will be the finest shirt you ever wore against displeasure.
You went today then, Robert?
Open special to talk to me, they did. The shirt needs to be finished by Sunday next.
It will be.
I wish you could see how green a place it was. Green fir trees against the pure white of the snow. As I sat there, I felt his hand slip into mine, comforting me, and a whispering that told me to cease my grieving. The world he rests in now was all Christmas green and sparkling white, so how could he not be happier there than he was with us?
Well, if we have till Sunday to finish the shirt, we'd best be at it.
Christmas tides, yet to come. However or whenever we part from one another, tell me that we shall none of us forget what I did. Shall we? Tell me that in the petty distractions of the season, against the noisy Christmas singing and laughing, we will not forget the parting of the first voice that was among us. For if we forget him, my heart shall truly break.
Please, Spirit, I have seen enough. Let us leave him alone, and show me whatever else you must. It could not be more. Night is waning fast, and it is precious time to me, I know.
At the same time, the disciples came unto Jesus, saying, Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Jesus called a little child unto him, and put him in the midst of them, and said, Unless ye be converted and become little children, ye shall not enter the kingdom of heaven. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name, receiveth me. Shall I go on, Mother?
It's the Cratchit household once again.
Yes, go on. It's nothing. Just a small stitching hurts my eyes, but they're better now.
You're sure you're all right?
Small stitching by candlelight makes them weak. And it takes all the small stitches I know to get the collar just right. I will not have Tim meeting his maker in anything less than my best, and my best is what he'll get. Anyway, I wouldn't be showing your father weak eyes for the world. Not tonight. It must be near his time.
Past it, rather. Your father's been walking a little slower than usual these past few evenings.
I have known your father to walk very fast indeed, like the wind with Tiny Tim perched upon his shoulder.
So have I. Often.
So have I.
So have we all. Oh, here's your father now. I will not have your father looking at long faces and sad eyes, so do your best.
I'm a little late, my dear. Please forgive me.
Go off, Belinda, and fetch your father some tea. You wandered off without your comforter today, and here the coldest Christmas in near 5 years. I should scold you for your carelessness.
Sit down, Father, and put on your slippers. Your feet must be frozen through it.
You're all fussing over me like new mothers. Is this the shirt?
Yes, Father.
Look how it is almost finished. be the finest shirt he ever wore against his flesh.
You went today then, Robert?
Open special to talk to me, they did. The shirt needs to be finished by Sunday next.
It will be.
I wish you could see how green a place it was. Green fir trees against the pure light of the snow. Now, as I sat there, I felt his hand slip into mine, comforting me, and a whispering that told me to cease my grieving. The world he rests in now is all Christmas green and sparkling white, so how could he not be happier there than he was with us?
Well, if we have till Sunday to finish the shirt, we'd best be at it.
When Christmas tides are to come, however or whenever we part from one another, tell me that we shall none of us forget poor Tiny Tim. Shall we? Tell me that in the petty distraction of the season, against the noisy Christmas singing and laughing, we shall not forget the parting of the first voice that was among us. For if we forget him, my heart shall truly break.
Please, Spirit, I have seen enough. Let us leave them alone and show me whatever else you must.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir. I had no idea.
We've been invited, husband. I swear it.
I wondered if it was the Scrooge who sent us the turkey.
We have a Christmas fair to attend in Surrey. Supper at the Cheshire Cheese. And a pantomime this evening. Cinderella, I think. In the Drury Lane. Cinderella! And you will be my family. And we shall savor the richness of this life. This season together. The carriage awaits!
A carriage? I think I'm dreaming.
But the business, our office.
Mankind is our business, Bob. And never you forget it. I shan't. Come, Tim. You're running with me on top of the Hanson. And it will be an adventure you'll never forget.
God bless us, everyone.
Glory to the newborn King.
my family doing here, sir? I'm sorry, sir. I have no idea.
We've been invited, husband. I swear it.
I'll warn that it was Mr. Scrooge who sent us to Turkey.
We've a Christmas fair to attend in Surrey. Supper at the Cheshire Cheese. And a pantomime this evening. Cinderella, I think, at the Drury Lane.
Cinderella!
And you will be my family. And we shall savor the richness of this life and of this season together. The carriage waits.
A carriage? Oh, I think I'm dreaming.
But the office, our business.
Mankind is our business. Oh, never you forget it. I shan't. Never forget.
God bless us, everyone.
Bunch of blurs.
Just turn it to me.
What you guys
Dude, what? Mine seemed were bears.
Y'all don't know what happened.
It's that video. Are going to be my personal video.
It looks like it's on video.
It is. Okay, this is
So do we like
Taylor.
So close. So close. So close.
Okay, Tori. This is.
blue shorts?
I'm using selfie socks. This is very complicated. Okay, so this is Tori, Matt's girlfriend. Okay.
Are you Ty's girlfriend? Oh shit, sorry, Cody. Yeah.
That's Zoe. Hey.
God, by ourselves.
Don't know your name. This mean guy.
Get him.
This is not how a selfie stick is designed.
Mean
Take selfies.
I don't know who you
I'm
are.
gonna slap it out of your hand.
I joke with them all the time. Lord, I just thank you that I'm able to be in this play and that everybody's able to be in this play and that we are able to have a Thanksgiving together and that we're able to just hang out and not all the time be so crazy about the play. And I thank you that we're able to have the delicious turkey and Mitch who makes the delicious turkey. I don't think I have anything else. Amen.
Amen.
No problem. I know it's terrible.
Okay. Just like in my mind, if he grabs a lighter, I am stepping back.
Oh yeah.
Take another lighter out. It's low on fluid. Okay, ready?
Always gets me every time.
There you go.